Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. As many of us know, the word superfoods, that term, has been quite popular in the worlds of nutrition, health, and fitness for many years. A lot of books have been written on that subject. Well, this year, 2015, Jamie Oliver, of all people, has come out with a book on superfoods, Everyday Superfoods. So I was curious, what's up with that? He's not like the most likely person I would think would write on this topic. What's his motivation?
This generation's expected to live a shorter life than their parents. It's really uncomfortable stuff. I really don't like it. Diet is really key to weight, and weight is really key to long, productive life. And you can't argue those things.
All right, so people are getting fatter and sicker. He's totally right there. How's Jamie going to help us?
My job is to be a really sturdy, solid pair of hands that's going to guide you. Let me do all the dirty work and I will bring you what's important. Let me treat you like my family and here you go. I've gone to the best nutritionists and scientists and doctors and professors in the world and really talked about a whole array of things around nutrients and food to give you the best information possible. That's my job.
So Jamie did all the hard thinking and research just for us. So please, Jamie, share with us, what are all these wonderful foods that we should all be eating?
Nutrient-dense food, cooked in a really balanced way that's full of love and passion. That's what I see the ultimate superfood or superfoods being.
Nutrient-dense food that's full of love and passion. I don't know, sounds like a high-carb vegan diet to me. What do you think? But let's actually take a look at one of Jamie's recipes here.
You know, the challenge of taking a carbonara, which is deeply red, and don't eat it, it's a wonderful dish. Pork and fat and cream and parmesan and egg and pasta, woohoo! And it's a beautiful thing.
A beautiful thing? Pork, fat, cream, parmesan, and egg? What happened to all the nutrient-dense love?
Being able to do an expression of that that's got those vibes going on, but it fits in the book, you know, you gotta be clever.
Well, let's see if Jamie's actually clever enough to do what seems impossible, to take all those unhealthy ingredients and transform them magically into healthy food. And I'm not even going to mention all the cruelty and killing and enormous resources required to make such animal products.
A vegan diet produces half as much CO2 as an American omnivore, uses 1/11th the amount of fossil fuels, 1/13th the amount of water, and an 18th of the amount of land.
Let's just get to this actual recipe. And fortunately, this recipe is available online for us all to see. So let's take a look at it. All right, so there's the Parmesan cheese, the bacon, and of course olive oil. It's Jamie Oliver.
So about 2 tablespoons of olive oil goes in. About 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 or 3. About 3 tablespoons of olive oil goes in there. 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, maybe 5, but we'll see how we go.
And an egg and yogurt.
And I've got a nutrition team and they're really strict.
What? Well, apparently not strict enough if they've let Jamie get away with those ingredients. I mean, bacon. Bacon is a superfood? Well, that's a first. I've yet to see that in any other books. I mean, that's probably the furthest food in the food world from being a superfood. And I'm not being a radical vegan here. You can go to the most mainstream, non-radical vegan sources, and they clearly state bacon is not to be eaten. WebMD talks about how bacon's dangerously high levels of saturated fat increase your risk of heart disease and stroke. And if that wasn't bad enough, then they get to the bad news about bacon. Not only is bacon considered a red meat, it's also a member of the dreaded processed meat group. And no amount of processed meat is considered safe to eat, according to the American Institute for Cancer Research. And why? Well, the consumption of processed meats may lead to higher risk for prostate cancer and several others, and that's why the AICR advises people to avoid all forms of processed meat until we know more about what is specifically about processed meat that increases cancer risk.
This generation's expected to live a shorter life than their parents.
And Jamie's recommendation of bacon as a superfood helps to make this dire prediction come true. And I'm not cherry picking here. I mean, there's other recipes quite like this. For instance, one where he's grilling steak in olive oil, of course, and then sprinkling feta cheese all over it. So feta cheese and steak are superfoods now. Is Jamie not aware that red meat consumption is associated with an increased risk of total heart disease, and cancer mortality.
The one population that lives even longer than the Okinawa Japanese don't just eat a 98% meat-free diet, they eat 100% meat-free. The Adventist vegetarians in California with perhaps the highest life expectancy of any formally described population. 87 and nearly 90 on average. That's like 10 to 14 years longer than the general population.
Jamie, I know that you know better. I saw that video you did on that ski trip with Tim Sheaf.
If you look at the kind of big populations,
Yeah,
mindful vegan vegetarian diets are looking really good at the moment.
yeah,
And your average meat consumer's looking really poor.
yeah.
So why in the hell, if you want the next generation to not die sooner than their parents, are you recommending a diet that hastens death? Switch to a whole food, plant-based diet. It's not that hard. I did it, Tim did it. It's delicious too. Wait till Anji's book comes out in a couple months. Keep it carb. You'll see how tasty whole food, plant-based diets can be. And Jamie, you have tons of money, enough to take care of your family for the next 10 generations. So there's no need to keep pandering to the masses, telling them, hey, what you're doing ain't that bad, making them feel good about their bad habits. Be a man, switch to a plant-based diet. You might take some criticism, some major heat for a while, but you can withstand it. And hopefully you can really bring about the change that you really want to see, people becoming healthier. So that's my advice, Jamie. Listen to me, listen to Tim. Whole food, plant-based for the win. So leave your questions and comments down below. What do you think? Is bacon a superfood? Is steak a superfood? Let me know. If you got something out of this video, hit like and share it with a friend. And subscribe to our channel if you're new, up here or down there, depending on your platform, and for more content from me and Anji. So until next time, Jamie, as I want you to do, eat a bunch of plants, keep it carb, baby, and keep it rational too. Oh yeah, and Jamie thinks restricting your calories to 1,700 a day, about half what I eat, is a good thing.
We had quite strict nutritional guidelines, 400 calories for breakfast and 600 for lunch and dinner, and 100 calories for snacks.